Welcome students. Today we are going to discuss about named reactions of carbonyl compounds. That is, the first one in that is aldol condensation. Condensation is when you combine two carbonyl groups. That reaction is called as condensation in this scenario. And the product which we get is an aldol. It is actually representing two functional groups. The two functional group in that first one is ALD stands for aldehyde and OL stands for alcohol. So in aldol condensation we are going to combine two carbonyl groups, and the product what we are going to get is combination of two functional groups, that is aldehyde as well as an alcohol. In the previous video we have discussed about the acidity of alpha hydrogen. We'll just give a glance to that topic because we are going to use that concept in our condensation reactions. So what is acidity of alpha hydrogen? We have discussed that if this is your functional group, the carbon next to that functional group is called as alpha carbon. The hydrogen attached to it is alpha hydrogen, and it shows acidity in the presence of a base which will be having a negative charge. Hydrogen here will be removed in the form of proton, and the bond will be shifting towards this alpha carbon. In that case we are going to get carbon with a negative charge and two electrons, and C double bond O. Oxygen already has two lone pairs, and this is called as enolate ion, and it is resonance stabilized. That means this will be shifting here and this bond can shift here, so that we'll get carbon double bond C. Oxygen already was having two lone pairs, it will have one more lone pair with a negative charge. This is what we have discussed in the topic of acidity of alpha hydrogen. Acidity of alpha hydrogen we'll see with respect to one example where we'll talk about acetaldehyde example. In case of acetaldehyde, what is the representation of acetaldehyde? How is it represented? It is CH3 C double bond OH is the molecular formula of acetaldehyde. Or we can also write this acetaldehyde in this way: CH2 hydrogen C double bond OH. This is also acetaldehyde. This is your functional group. This will be alpha carbon, and the hydrogen attached to it is alpha hydrogens. Here we have three alpha hydrogen, two here and one here. And we talked about acidity of alpha hydrogen in the presence of a base. I am taking OH with a negative charge as a base. The hydrogen here will be shifting in the form of a proton. The bond will shift towards this alpha carbon. We'll get CH2 with a negative charge represented with two electrons bonded to C double bond OH. This is your enolate ion. The condition required for aldol condensation is condensation requires two carbonyl groups. That means two carbonyl groups will combine to form a condensed product. That product is called as aldol because it contains aldehyde and alcohol group. In these two carbonyl groups, one can be aldehyde, the other one can be ketone, or it can be both of them can be aldehyde, or both of them can be ketone. So three possibilities are there. In condensation reaction, we are going to combine two carbonyl group. What are the example of carbonyl group? It can be aldehyde or it can be ketone. And the possibilities or scenarios we can have, it can be either aldehyde ketone, it can be aldehyde aldehyde, it can be two ketones. The least requirement is in these two aldehyde, either of the one should contain alpha hydrogen. If this aldehyde does not contain alpha hydrogen also, the reaction can proceed forward. But the basic requirement is out of these two aldehydes, any one should contain alpha hydrogen. If both of them contain alpha hydrogen, then also it is okay. But if both do not contain alpha hydrogen, this aldol condensation is not possible. So what is the requirement? We need two carbonyl groups. Carbonyl groups can be two ketones. It can be one aldehyde or one ketone. It can be two aldehydes. But in all the three scenarios, this is the basic logic we need to follow. If we have two aldehydes, one should at least contain alpha hydrogen. If both of them contain alpha hydrogen, also we will get aldol product. If both of them do not contain alpha hydrogen, there is no aldol reaction. So this is the basic reaction which will help us in aldol condensation. We need to remember that is formation of an enolate ion. So in our notes which will be sent to you is the points which we have discussed just now, that aldehyde contain alpha hydrogen undergo self addition. Self addition is nothing but they combine with each other in the presence of a base to form a product, and the name of the product is aldol. The reaction, because it is a condensation reaction, is called an aldol condensation. The term aldol is derived from combination of word aldehyde as well as alcohol. The two functional groups are present in the product. The example for this particular reaction and the mechanism we are going to discuss now. The first example is 2 acetaldehyde, that is CH3 C double bond OH plus, I'm writing CH3 in this way, CH2H C double bond OH in the presence of a base. I'm writing NaOH as a base. We are going to get an aldol product. Aldol product will be, just remember that CH3 will be as it is. This particular group, that is C double bond OH, will double bond O will change to OH and H will remain like that. Then it will continue from here. This particular hydrogen will be removed. So I'll write here CH2 C double bond O H. This product is called as aldol. Why? Because it contains an aldehyde group here, an alcohol group here. ALD stands for aldehyde, OL stands for alcohol. Name of the product is 1, 2, 3, 4. At third position we have hydroxy, 3 hydroxy, 4 is bute. At first position we have aldehyde, butanal. This is the name of the aldol condensed product. So what happens in this particular reaction is we are using two aldehydes. As we have discussed before, Even this aldehyde also contains alpha hydrogen, and this also contains alpha hydrogen. This is your functional group, this is your alpha carbon, this is your functional group, alpha carbon. Both of them contain alpha hydrogens. Let's discuss one more scenario where one will be having alpha and one will not be having alpha hydrogen in this present session. Right, in this we are going to talk about the mechanism. So in the mechanism, the reaction is supposed to be reversible. The first step will be the formation of an enolate ion. That is, we are going to use one acetaldehyde, which should be written in this way, that is CH2H, C double bond OH, in the presence, instead of writing on the arrow, I'll write OH with a negative charge, that is base. It is a reversible reaction, that is why reversible arrows. Now this is your alpha carbon and alpha hydrogen. Hydrogen will be removed in the form of H plus, and the bond will shift towards carbon. This results in the formation of negative charge on carbon and H2 as it is, C double bond OH, and this H plus and OH will combine to form H2O. This is enolate ion which we have discussed just now. Carbon having negative charge, and it will act as a nucleophile because it is having negative charge. And this is very important in the condensation reaction. The second step is the formed enolate ion will attack to another carbonyl group, that is acetaldehyde here. So I'll write another acetaldehyde group, that is CH3, C double bond OH, plus enolate ion is CH2, negative charge, C double bond OH, reversible arrows. Due to difference in electronegativity, oxygen will have partially negative, this will have partially positive. The negative charge here, that means will be shifting towards carbon having positive charge, and this negative charge, which has 2 electrons, will lead to bond formation. Thus I'm writing CH3 as it is. This group I'm writing C single bond O with a negative charge because bond is shifting here. I'm writing H here instead of here, I'm writing here. Then because of this transfer, we'll get a bond because of this electron or negative charge, and I'm going to continue my writing, that is CH2, C double bond OH. So this is our intermediate where oxygen has negative charge. The third step will be the intermediate what we got here, that is, we'll write as it is CH3 CO minus H, CH2 C double bond OH reacts with water molecule which we got in our first step. Here hydrogen or proton is supplied in the form of H plus, and this bond is shifting towards oxygen. So finally we are going to get CH3 COH H, CH2 C double bond OH. This is your aldehyde and this is your alcohol. We are going to get an aldol condensed product. So it is very simple provided you understood the concept of formation of enolate ion. Enolate ion will act as a nucleophile and it will go and attack another carbon of the carbonyl group, which is this particular carbon. So step 1 is formation of enolate ion. Step 2, enolate ion will go and attack carbon having partially positive charge and result in the formation of this particular bond. This is your new bond, sigma new bond. This new bond is formed between two carbonyl groups, and if you check the positions of carbons where the new bond is formed, this is your functional group, this is your alpha carbon, this is your beta carbon. So alpha, the new bond is formed between alpha and beta carbon. And one more thing we can generalize here is the beta carbon, this is your alpha carbon, beta carbon contains OH group, that is alcohol group. These are the few things we can generalize. In our notes, which you'll be getting along with the video, is the product is a larger molecule that contains newly formed carbon-carbon double bond. This is the newly formed carbon-carbon double bond. The newly formed carbon-carbon double bond occurs between the alpha carbon of one aldehyde. This is alpha carbon of one aldehyde, and that is enolate ion, and carbonyl carbon of the second aldehyde. This is the carbonyl carbon of the second aldehyde. The product contains two functional groups, that is carbonyl group and an alcohol group. This is the carbonyl group and this is the alcohol group. The hydroxyl group is always attached to the beta carbon, which we have generalized just now, and this is your beta position. Aldols are easily dehydrated. Yeah, we have to discuss this. Now we have got our aldol product where we have CH3, CHOH, CH2 can be written as CHH, C double bond OH. This is alpha, this is beta. So when this aldol product are subjected to heat, when they are heated, undergoes dehydration, that means OH will take this charge and this will be removed as OH minus, and H will go as H plus. This bond will shift here to satisfy the valency, and we are going to get this product where we have CH3, CH, double bond CH, C double bond OH, and I'm writing here below the arrow minus H2 because OH minus and H plus will combine and water will be removed. So aldols are easily dehydrated. Water molecule is removed by heating or treating with dilute acid to form. Because these are the alpha and beta position, we are going to get alpha beta. The common name can be alpha beta, and double bond is between alpha and beta, unsaturated. Double bonds are called as unsaturated aldehydes. It's called as alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde because the double bond is formed between alpha and beta position of the aldehyde group, and the common name is crotonaldehyde. You need to remember this, crotonaldehyde. Now in the beginning we have talked about that the condensation can happen between either two aldehydes. It can also be between two ketones or aldehyde and ketone. We have discussed one scenario where we have talked about two aldehydes will combine to form an aldol which contains aldehyde and ketone. Similarly, with respect to ketones containing alpha hydrogen also undergoes aldol condensation, but the product is not aldol, they are called as ketols. Now you know KET stands for ketone group and all stands for alcohol group. I'm just writing the reaction mechanism will remain same. Step 1, step 2, step 3 will remain same. Only thing is instead of aldehyde you have to write ketone. So the reaction will be CH3, C double bond O CH3 plus I will write CH3 as CH2H, C double bond O, CH3. There is one thing which is very unique about ketone is this is your functional group carbon. You have next group attached to it is also alpha. Attached to this one is also alpha. So you have two alpha carbons. Here also it is alpha. Here also it is alpha. So this is the uniqueness of ketone. I am going to use this particular carbon here, which we have specified as CH2H. So it is going to give us a product in the presence of a base. I am using barium hydroxide to give CH3 instead of double bond O, it will be OH down as it is CH3. This we have represented. Only thing is double bond O is represented by replaced by OH. Followed by this hydrogen will be removed and we are going to write CH2 C double bond O CH3. This is called as ketol. It is also called as diacetone because two acetones are combined. Diacetone alcohol because this is containing an alcohol group. If you try to number also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At fourth position you have hydroxy and methyl group present. I am going to write the IUPAC name 4-hydroxy hyphen 4-methyl. 2 5 carbons is pent anone. Second position you are going to have ketone, so that is a representation of 2 pentanone 5 carbons, so pent. So the two molecules of acetone combine with each other in the presence of barium hydroxide to form 4-hydroxy 4-methyl 2-pentanone, which is also called as diacetone alcohol. It is also called as a ketone. What will be the first step in the mechanism? I'm just trying to explain you here. I'm writing CH3 as CH2H, C double bond O, CH3 reacts with OH minus. Hydrogen will be removed as proton. This bond is shifting here. It is a reversible reaction. We are going to get CH2 negative charge on carbon, C double bond O CH3. We have got enolate ion and it acts as a nucleophile. The second step will be another group, that is CH3 C double bond O CH3 combines with enolate ion which contains a negative charge, C double bond O CH3. This shifts here, partially negative, partially positive, reversible. It is CH3 CO minus. I'm shifting CH3 from here to down and a new bond is formed due to this negative charge, and I'm going to write CH2 as it is along with C double bond O CH3. The third step is the intermediate form, that is CH3 CO minus CH3 CH2 C double bond O CH3 reacts with water molecule formed in the first step. Here I didn't specify that water molecule will be formed because of transfer of proton. So what happens here is hydrogen will be removed and attached to OH minus as proton. This will shift on OH and we are going to get a ketol, that is CH3 COH CH3 CH2 C double bond O, CH3 with a base remaining in the reaction. So a new bond is formed between this alpha and beta carbon. This is the new bond formed, and the product is a ketol. The same way as aldol product were undergoing dehydration, ketol also undergoes dehydration. So the formed product, that is CH3 COH, CH3 CH2, I am writing as CHH, C double bond O, CH3, OH and H will combine and will be removed as OH. OH will be in OH minus form, so this bond will shift here, and H will be removed as H plus. This bond will be shifting here, so unsaturation will be seen. This is your alpha and beta carbon between alpha and beta carbon, so CH3 C CH3 double bond CH C double bond O CH3. So this is your alpha beta unsaturated ketone. If you try to number it also, it is 1 2 3 4 5. At fourth position you have methyl, so 4 methyl. At third position you have double bond 3 pent En, not En because of double bond. At second position you have on pentenone. So this is ketol condensation. There is one more addition to this aldol condensation, which is called as mixed aldol condensation. The difference between ketol and aldol is, in ketol we have two ketones and in aldols we have two aldehydes, but in mixed aldol condensation there are two different carbonyl compounds which are combined. One is containing alpha hydrogen, the other will not have alpha carbon or alpha hydrogen, alpha hydrogens. So those type of condensation between two different carbonyl compound, and the criteria is either of them one should contain alpha. In both of them any one compound should contain alpha hydrogen, and that reaction happens in the presence of a base to form a product. That type of condensation is called as mixed aldol condensation. We are going to use an example of acetaldehyde, that is CH3 C double bond OH, and benzaldehyde, benzene having C double bond OH attached. So this is your functional group, and this is your entire benzene or phenyl group. So this is having alpha hydrogen and this do not have alpha hydrogens, and this aldehyde is different and this aldehyde is different. That is why it is called as mixed aldol condensation. Just I'll represent you the reaction. Double bond OH reacts with CH2 H, C double bond OH in the presence of a base. This group will change to OH, so phenyl as it is, COH H. This will be removed as CH2 as it is, CH2 C double bond OH. So this particular compound we got here is a aldol product. and if this undergoes heating, I'm writing CH2 as CHH. This both will be removed, this bond will be shifting here, and we get an alpha beta unsaturation. So as it is, benzene CH double bond CH C double bond OH. The common name of this compound is cinnamaldehyde. So these are the reactions which you should be familiar with in aldol condensation. You just go through this video and try to look up to the notes and try to prepare your own notes and follow it. We will discuss about other I think we have 2 or 3 remaining named reaction in this, and we'll have to discuss about structure and uses of few carbonyl compounds, and we can end this chapter. Thank you for your patience. Thank you.